You hear that? There's a damn fly in this room. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a better Saturday evening than I'm having. Where is that stupid fly? You can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it. The fly got down here. And I don't have an electric swatter down here. Anyways, I'll sit down and this thing is going to land right on my nose. So we'll see how we do there. Hope you guys are having a good one, man. What? Why does this widget bothers me? Why does it have that weird? It just has a weird like deal to it. Let's try it. Let's try it this way. There, maybe you guys can't see that stupid print anymore. All right, guys. So we are. Hello. Hey, what's up, Nelson? Tonight we're gonna return. We're gonna continue on with Mythic Battles Pantheon. I did a little bit more painting since the last broadcast last night. So we got the basic color blocking down on these. So you can see the colors are down. They're still in a somewhat raw state, but at this point, you know, this is really just about making them look as good as you want them to look before you say, okay, I'm done now on these miniatures. So we're gonna try to knock these out one by one and get them, you know, to where we want them to be, and then we'll start to retire them as we finish them, right? So I'm going to start with the Fates here, the least interesting sculpt of all of this. They're not going to get a whole lot of attention here because they're just, I don't know, I don't think they're very interesting, right? And I'm going to kill that fly. That fly will die. It will die. There it, oh, don't move. Maybe I can get it. Oh! Moved off again. Killing the fly is going to be the real goal of tonight's feed, not painting. Stupid fly. Alright. I'll let that fly. That fly is a bat. I hate flies with a passion, I think. I hate them. Anyways, let's try to ignore the fly. I don't think that's gonna work, but I'll try to ignore the fly and get some painting done. And I don't know. I have my doubts. All right, so let's finish the Fates first. There's not a whole lot of interesting stuff left to do on them. But you know, there's tiny little things, right? Let's just get a little bit of gold on her little necklace thing, right? She's got a fancy little necklace there, and she has I don't know. I actually don't think that is gold. Well, that's gold right there. This part here is gold, right? So there's a little bit of gold there. There's a little bit of gold here, but it's not a lot, right? Just trying to get all the stuff that we need to get before we can retire these ladies. Let's do a little brown belt on the lady in the kind of lavender dress here. And just like clockwork, my 3-year-old is going to come in here and yell at me. Go to bed. Go to bed. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, son. Okay. I probably should have sent him to go kill that fly. Maybe that would have worked. We don't know. But we're going to get this belt here. I'm going to get the belt in this one here that's got all the little, she's got all these little, I think they're knives. I can't tell if they're teeth or if they're knives that she has here. But we're going to get all that. We're going to get her little belt there. Whoa. I looked at the fly and my brush brushed past this. Not good. All right. Now, these are I don't like sculpts like this where it's like, let's take 3 regular size models and stick them on a base together. I kind of hate that because it makes it harder to paint each model individually. Luckily, this sculpt is so that's the word I'm looking for. The sculpt is so non-interesting that it's not exactly breaking my heart that I can't do the best job on this, right? So anyways, all I really want to do here, now that I got those like 3 or 4 pieces of things that I was missing, is we're gonna go ahead and, oh my god, that fly. We're gonna go ahead and just dirty them up with a Basilicanum Gray paint, and you can see it's gonna make the tools across her waist there look a little more beat up and a little more realistic, right? So this is just a good way to kind of shade down the whole miniature. So you could do Basilicanum Gray, just make sure you kind of run it everywhere. Don't let it pull too much. You're just trying to shade everything down, right? You don't want them to look like black, right? You don't want the dresses to look black. You just want them to look more drab, like more dirty than they were. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. So you can see the camo green starts to take on a much darker tone, and it's taken on a lot more shadow. Again, you want that for these models. It's fine. These models should look fairly drab. So going on the lavender here. Okay. And once I do this, I'm going to put these ladies away for the rest of the show, because there is nothing left to do really on them, right? I've achieved a satisfactory appearance by my own standards with these ladies. So, right? So they're just gonna, so instead of taking up space here, we're gonna park them over there, and then we're gonna move on to the next miniature that can be finished rather quickly. So I've got Hector here. So there's some touch-ups, some things that we need to take care of on Hector. So notably, I've got to finish his beard, and then I got to finish his beard, and then there's the matter of kind of like his barded, like he's got kind of like studded leather armor or barded armor almost. Right, he's just wearing a bunch of leather shingles. So let's work on that. I want these shingles to be kind of a ruddy color. So I'm gonna add Gore-Grunta fur. If I can find it. Oh my god, that thing is gonna die. It's gonna die. How are these like giant, I guess these giant flies come in the house and then they fly around and eventually they find their way downstairs and then they get trapped down here. Jerk. Okay. So Gore-Grunta fur is gonna go on here. And it's gonna give the kind of the barding its own distinct little tone to it. Oh, you can see I got a little bit of a problem there. It spilled into this the belt here, and I want the belt to remain gold. So I'm just taking a damp brush and cleaning that up. Okay. This fly is going to get bolder as the show goes on. It might be kind of funny if like I attack the fly on air and I wreck the camera, like everything comes crashing down. Hate flies. I mean, there's a reason why flies are, are considered satanic, and Beelzebub is the lord of the flies. Like, flies are just some of the most hated creatures in nature, and they're just obnoxious. Flies they have no flies have no evolutionary appeal to them. They have not. So, for example, okay, I'll give you a quick example, right? You know how we all think that like baby mammals are super cute, right? And you see like a baby, a baby tiger, or you see a baby panda, a baby koala. You see all that stuff, even, especially baby humans. Like, these animals have developed cuteness genes. They have the ability to be cute when they are small, because it means that enemies are less likely to want to do them harm because they're adorable, right? So they have this built-in adorableness to them. Meanwhile, the fly, as a baby, is a maggot, is a disgusting, crawling, throbbing thing that's crawling around and burrowing its way through rotten flesh and garbage. It's going through feces. Like, is there anything evolutionarily adorable about a maggot? No, it's disgusting, right? There's nothing appealing about flies. Nobody's walking around going, "Oh my God, save the flies!" Nobody. They're just the most disgusting creatures. There's no reason. I mean, flies actually revolutionary. They provide a pretty good service to the planet, right? They help break down dead and decaying matter as maggots, and even as flies. Like, they have a usefulness. I'm not saying that. They do contribute to the ecosystem, but they're just disgusting. Like, they are disgusting and hate inspiring, and nobody should like flies. I'm sure there's going to be somebody pop in the chat. No, I don't, some contrarian, kind of like me. I'm contrarian. I mean, I'm always criticizing people that only like vertebrates. How come you only like vertebrates? There's some really cool bugs and stuff on the planet. I'm saying stuff like that, but flies, nah, man. Flies are disgusting. Go ahead and if you have something to say about this, say in the comment, like what animal, what's your least favorite animal? What's the animal who it makes you angry on sight? Flies even worse. Like, flies even have an annoying buzz to them. Like I said, they're evolutionarily built to be frustrating and awful. Kittens are built to be adorable and loved, and they purr and they make these wonderful little mew sounds, and people lose their effing minds over baby cats. But what about the fly? What is appealing about a fly? Who's going, wow, that's one really adorable fly. Look at the beauty of nature. There's a fly that landed on my face and is crawling into my nostril. Don't you just love nature, guys? Nobody is saying that about flies. This is what happens when it's just me talking. You have to hear, you have to deal with these types of thoughts when it's just me talking, right? This is my platform. I just get to be the old man complaining about all of this stuff as we paint, as we try to enjoy our little evening together. All right, little edge highlight on the sword there. Now let's do. I want to do some work on the cloak. The cloak is Arquillian green. And I could do a teal or a turquoise. I think I'm going to do a turquoise. Look at you. This fly is on my paint. He's there. Staring me down. This fly has red eyes, and it's got like a kind of like a off-white face. And then, you know, they do have that kind of that pretty black-green abdomen to them. Some of them go gold, like this fly has a gold abdomen. Look at him just testing me. He's like, go ahead, swat me and wreck your desk, dude. Look at him. See, I just hold up my cloth and he'll fly away. Stupid flies. All right, let's see how this cloak has all that crud on it. I hate that. Let's give this cloak a proper coat. Make it look decent. Okay, so we're gonna go with some teal. And this teal is gonna actually be kind of like a highlight color here. All right. So yes, flies are awful, and if I could, I mean, it's the one animal that I don't think people feel bad torturing, right? Am I the only person? Like we have electric swatters, and you know it's like one of the most satisfying things in the world, right? You hit the fly with the electric swatter, and then you get it, you know, it starts buzzing, and you hold that button down on the electric swatter, and it's and you can see the body start to smoke after a while, and you know your wife is going, all right, it's dead already. I'm like, no, I have to make it an example for its friends. Its friends need to know that none of them are allowed in here. They're not allowed to come and hang out with me. I do not want to be with them. Stupid flies. Stupid flies. You know, as much as I hate flies, I'm probably destined to be, you know, a brundle. Probably going to be a brundle fly. That's my fate. I'm going to be like, hey, I discovered teleportation, guys, and yeah, I'm going to end up being a brundle fly. There we go. So we're getting a nice little bit of color there on the cloak. And then for the gold, I'm gonna decide: do I want to do what I did with the other ones, where I've got like a nice metallic on them? I do. Let's face it, we do. What I want to do before I do that, though, is I want to give the gold a little, just a teeny tiny little highlight, and it's not gonna be like the sharpest highlight. I'm actually gonna use this dead flesh on there, and I'm just gonna do an edge. Just gonna hit it with an edge highlight. Okay. So this is a fairly muted color. It's fairly desaturated. Oh my God! I don't even know if you guys saw that on camera. It's starting to get bold. It's flying right in front of. I will end you, fly. I will end you. You'll see. Stupid fly. All right. So we're gonna give this we're gonna give these gold parts a nice little edge highlight. Starting to get really bold. You know what? I love it when you know, like you're cleaning out a window or a sliding door or something like that, and uh, you know, there's a fly gets trapped in between that space where the door slides. There's like that little, you know what I'm talking about, that space where the door is supposed to slide out, and then there's that space behind the door, and you see a fly get stuck in there, and it's like the greatest thing because you're like, haha, yeah, that's karma for you, fly. Um, so then you come back like a day or two later, and that fly is super dead. Like you just see the corpse lying there, like baked out in the sun, all just rigid and crispy and dead. Man, I hate this is how much I hate flies, guys. I hate flies. Worst thing ever. They want to do if they wanted to do cringier stuff in movies, that's where they should go. They should use more flies are just so disgusting. They should use more flies in movies to piss people like me off. You know, they should uh, put it in the new Star Wars. Like right, make it like even more doubly upsetting to me is have you know, Rey giving force powers to flies or something. They should do that. It would make me very upset. Crispy and dead. Yes. You know, when it comes down to it, I'm a pretty peaceful man, right? I consider myself to be a pretty peaceful guy. But I'm not the guy that you could say he wouldn't harm a fly. I'd harm the shit out of a fly. Okay? I would pull its wings off. I would I would, you know, stab it with a pin. I'd mock its family. I'd, you know, tell it all of its ideas were bad. And, you know, explain how it was adopted. I would do all levels of torture to a fly. Okay, so I'm a gentle person. I'm a peaceful person, except when it comes to flies. I absolutely hate flies. And flies have a lot, like, they have a better reason to exist than, say, a gnat. Gnats have, like, very little reason to exist. But flies have a little bit more reason to exist than a gnat does. And I still absolutely hate flies. Right, so we're just, right now, just going to give you a little reason to look here and there and there. So I guess it's just me and Nelson, and we agree flies are the worst. That's what you need to know. Flies are the worst. Have you ever seen like on those nature shows? Sometimes you'll see like researchers that they do the researchers that are doing research on flies, they have to grow these giant colonies of flies, and I just think it's the like that's like the worst job on planet Earth would be to be a person that all day you have to hear the buzzing of flies, and you have to give you have to leave dead and rotting things in there for your colony of flies so that you can grow more flies and run your crappy dumb experiment on flies. That's how much I hate flies, guys. That's how much That's how upsetting flies are to me. Oh, do this too. All right. Nope. I mean, I have headphones on and I can still hear the stupid flies. Oops, that should have been gold. Oops. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm gonna flub this a little bit. You hang yourself. Oh my god, fly. I will end you. I don't know. If this feed does suddenly cut off, just know I killed that fly. Just know that that's the reason why I killed the fly. I might have electrocuted myself. I may be dead, but I killed that fly. And that's all that matters. And my 3-year-old is starting to wreck the house again. That's what he does. All right. Looking pretty good, dude. Yeah, let's give him, let's do, I mean, we are doing a little bit of the cool gold shebang stuff, so let's do this. Let's do a bit of this gold. And I'm only going to put it in a few spots. I'm not going to give it an entire base coat of this because I want it to show up. Like I want you to be able to see it for sure. But we highlighted first because we're taking advantage of the fact that these color shift paints are fairly transparent, right? So I can highlight it like I would normally do that, and then that jerk landed in my hair. Can you believe that? Stupid fly. All right. Okay. And then one last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a different color for the sword. What did I do with the color? So I'm using this for gold. What did I do with the sword? The sword of swords. Should be here on the desk. I don't see it. Let's throw it in here. No. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I mean, I can use this. This isn't the one I wanted. Green, blue, violet. I'll use it. It's okay. You just have to remember, on my wet palette, these look the same. You just have to remember what's what. All right. So again, whoop, just one whoop. Just hit the. There we go. He'll have like a purpley tone to his blade. But yeah, he's basically there. Let's put him away. Move on to the next one. All right, we're gonna do this guy. This guy pretty drab looking, right? There's not a whole lot to this guy, but he's basically just gonna get the same thing the other dude did. He's just gonna get a line highlight. I love this guy's pose. Speaking of which, why does not Why does this not work? All right, let's do that. There we go. And now we're back. Okay, so now we have the chat viewable from my screen. That's good. Okay, a little edge highlight here. And then edge highlight on the gold parts. Wow. It's not even that much of it. It's not really an edge highlight. It's just a little highlight here. So we're at this stage in this project where every time I finish a batch, I have to make the decision if I'm going to do another batch right away or if I'm going to stop and paint something else. Right now the temptation is to switch for a second and paint up some Batman. Because you know I'm hyped for Batman right now. I am hyped for Batman 3rd edition. Got to play a game today. It was very, very fun. And I'm ready, man. I'm ready to get back into some Batman. Great game. Super fun. Geez, does this guy get anything else? Not really, does he? He's just kind of brown. Okay, dude. We'll give a little bling on his swords. On his sword and dagger combo there. Give that a little bit of a bling. I know you guys can't really see this on camera. Looks like I'm just basically just adding another wet clear layer to it. But this is color shift. It will, once it's dry, it will actually have color shift property. But yeah, homie here is he's basically done. All right. So there we go. Three down so far. Swap over to this dude right here, Icarus. Whoa. And you can see there's also not a whole lot going on with Icarus here. Although I will say that I don't know why this is so, but that should be blue right there. This is cloth that's spilling out over the top of his belt, and that's supposed to be blue. So I'm gonna do that and let that dry, and then I'm gonna give a little edge highlight to the golden parts of the golden boy right here. Okay. Right, I want to have he's got a lot of gold looking stuff on him. Right? So I'm just getting the edges here. I guess the harness should be darker. I guess. Yeah, I think so. I think the harness should be darker. So let's do that. And then yeah, and then I am going to we're gonna paint a layer onto this robe that he's got. Let's get that Gore-Grunta fur here on the harness. he's that fly still doing his thing, man. Death to flies. Once again, let me know in the chat. What is your least favorite creature on Earth? I can't say mine is flies. I'm not sure. But it would absolutely be in the top 3. There may be creatures that I hate more than flies. Just right now, I don't hate any other creature more than this fly in the room. That fly is all the most evil things on Earth combined to me right now. Okay, so now let's start painting the blue of his robe. Okay, and we're gonna go a little bright style on him because he is Icaros, right? And it would make sense that Icaros had, you know, bright robes and stuff as he took to flight. He's probably dreaming of flying all day long. This Icarus looks a little mad about flying. Like he doesn't look. Maybe he's not. Ticks. Oh, ticks are awful creatures. I agree. Ticks are awful. Stupid fly. Ticks are awful creatures. All right, so we're gonna bring this robe into a light blue. Okay. And I'm going pretty quick, as you can see. Right? Because this is a contrast paint that I've diluted down as the layer below this blue that I'm adding. I can go a little bit faster. Ugh, ticks. Awful. Awful, awful. Okay. So you can see we just sort of use the contrast paints to block out where all this color is going, but I'm still using regular paints to fill it in, right? To get us to where we need to go. Fleas are pretty bad. Fleas I admire, at least on some small level, though, because of just how powerful their jump is and how they're so strong. They're like super strong. Have you ever tried to kill a flea between your 2 fingers? Like, have you ever tried to like crush a tick between 2 of your fingers? Spoiler alert, you can't. They're too strong. Like they just bounce, they just laugh that off. You tried to crush me with your bare hands. You have to to kill a tick, you have to find a hard surface and you have to use the back of your nail and just crush. And they're so strong that you can actually hear that crack from some distance away. So as disgusting as that scenario was that I just described, you gotta have some admiration for how resilient a tick can be, right? I guess you don't have to, but it's kind of nice. All right, so we're looking pretty good. I'm going to give him a really quick dry brush on his feathers. Okay, and I'm in the habit of explaining things a little bit more right now. I'm in more of a teacher mode, so we're going to take this off. Actually, I'm not going to take off white. I'm going to take a little bit darker color. I'm going to take bone white. Yeah, you have to use the back of your nails to kill a flea. Like that's hardcore. All right. Oh my God, fly! It hit like a metal lampshade, and you can actually hear it go ding. Ah. Ugh, okay. So yeah, so when you're doing dry brushing, if you ever see, a Games Workshop or an Army Painter or something, professional dry brush, don't buy it. Okay, don't waste your money. Oh my God, it's there on the light, and I want to kill it so bad. Maybe I can get it with some spray. Maybe I could spray it and like get it to fall, and then I can crush it with like a napkin or something. Maybe I can get this stupid thing. All right. Ah, got away. Or did it? Did I manage to? Nope. Still flying around. You will die. Where'd it go? I'm getting it. I don't have any like raid or anything like that in the room. That thing knows it's under attack now. That thing broke out. It'll come back around. Where is it? Maybe I got it and it's crawling around on the floor. Which it could be doing. I don't see it or hear it anymore. Okay. All right. It'll be back. It's going to get bold again and forget that I'm trying to attack it. Anyways, what I was saying is don't buy a dry brush. Okay? Don't buy a miniature design thing for dry brushes. Buy this. Buy a makeup brush. Let's see if I have a package for one. I do. Buy this. Okay? Go to the dollar store or whatever. Go to the Big Lots and buy this. Specifically this. This is going to cost you $1. This is a $1 amazing dry brush. Okay? They're amazing. I buy them every time. I just buy them by the boatload when I see them in the stores because they're super useful. You're going to take your paint and you're going to see I'm going to get it there on the brush. And you see it's not going all the way down. I don't want the brush to go all the way down. I mean the paint to go all the way down the bristles of the brush. I want it to hang out up here. So not thinning your paint for dry brush is acceptable. So I'm going to take this and then I'm going to take my cloth. I'm going to show you guys this. So my dad used to shoot them with rubber bands. That's amazing. All right, so you can see I'm now removing the paint, and you want to remove 90%. You want to remove most of this paint, right? You can see how most of it's gone, right? You can't really see it anymore. Then the way to test if you're ready to dry brush is take this part of your hand, right, and run the color there, or run the brush over there, and you should be able to see a little bit of the color. Well, this color is very close to my skin. A little bit of the color, but you should still be able to see the cracks and the wrinkles in your hand. So when you can do that, and you're not filling any of the cracks and wrinkles with paint, you are ready to dry brush. Okay, so we are ready to dry brush, and dry brushing is great for feathers. You just sort of run it along the feathers. These bristles are gonna pick up there he is. He's back soon. He got back quick. Dirty effing fly. He's on my miniature. Wait, I want him to get bold and get into that cup. Yeah. You know it's fun. There's water. It's fun. Go down there. Yeah. It's a good idea, buddy. Yeah. Okay. I need your dad and his rubber band skills right now. See if I can get him. Oh, you jerk. He sees the trap. I want him to go back for that. Anyways, we're going to go back to dry brushing. Right? The true mission of this show is to kill that fly. Any painting I actually accomplish in the process of killing the fly, totally coincidental. Okay? Stupid fly. Stupid fly is going to pay with the stupid fly life. All right. So we have a pretty good dry brush going on these. You can see it's the, that color picked up a bit on these wings. Okay. Now I want these outer feathers to be a different color. So I'm gonna do the same thing again, but I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna use actually a whiter paint. Okay. So we're gonna do it again, this time using a whiter paint. Okay. It's the same thing again. You can see my dry brush is nice and clean. Oh my gosh, that fly wants to be in the show. All right. Tappy tap, get the white on the bristles there, and then wipe it off. Ooh, I actually picked up some of that color. It's not good. My brush, my rag gets too full of dirt, full of color. Pretty good though. Okay, pretty good. We do our little test. Oh, see how that's too much. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but see how it like left a splotch? Too much. Take more paint off. Do it again. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of paint on here. Okay. There we go. It's better. Okay, it's better. All right. We're gonna focus on these outer feathers, right? Because I want the outer feathers to look more white. These are like I know they're made out, the feathers are made out of wax, but I'm pretending like they're actually the flight feathers so that they would be lighter. Okay. I'm not even watching the miniature right now. I'm literally looking around for this fly. So like it's one of those things, I was getting ready to stream, and then 2 minutes before streaming, when when the universe conspires against me, that's when this fly showed up. You hear it? It's back. Jerk. All right. So you can see pretty cool. Okay. All right. Let's do a little bit of reflective. That fly jumped right on the camera. That bastard. Hey, what's up, Sean? I will kill this fly. All right. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we gotta do. I'm gonna do just a tiny little bit of color shift. Right here, just on his little gold bits of armor. Yeah, that fly is terrible and bad. And ooh, I just noticed I have a splotch. Yeah, this is Icarus. Icarus has to deal with a fly. That's stupid fly. I gotta cover up. I got a little bit of contrast paint on that part of his leg. So I'll just cover that up, paint that. Right, and I'll do this. Okay, cool. And then the last thing we really need to do on Icarus is I want to give him like an edge highlight around his fancy cloth thing that's sort of everywhere right now. So I need I'm going to need like a sky blue or something very light. Yeah, I'll use this sky blue. I'm going to shake this bad boy up. This is like a really old paint. And I noticed every sky blue I've ever gotten from Vallejo settled pretty bad. So I'm always like very cognizant of the sky blue. This one looks okay. All right. What are you working on tonight, Sean? Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this too. Even though it might look a little odd. Just dink. Just give it a light. Right? Just so it matches a little bit. Down there. There we go. All right. So, edge highlight with the light blue. All right. Again, like, if I really wanted to spend more time on this miniature, I would do this edge highlight and then push the shadows deeper, right? Really force the contrast there. But that's not our goal tonight. Our goal tonight is to kill the fly. I mean, we're going to finish painting these so that we can move on to the next batch or stop and paint some Batman. Still hoping to stream again tomorrow night. So I want to have, you know, if possible, I want to have another project online that is worthy of streaming. If that makes any sense, right? Nothing tonight, burned out from work, but got your storage bag. Yeah, I saw that. That's cool. I'm very curious to see if that storage bag, you know, if you really like that storage bag or if it was worth the money or whatever. All right, so you can see, got edge highlight down. And yeah, that's Icarus. Icarus is basically done. All right, there we go, 4 down. All right, next up, gonna be this lady. All right, big lady. I may actually have to adjust the camera as I'm working on big models now, so we're gonna do that. Maybe I pull can I pull that out a little bit more? There we go. So we can see. Let's go. Oh my God, that fly. Oh my God, that fly. All right. So you can see where she's at. There's some work there's actually quite a bit of work to do on her. Let's get some red in the mouths of those snakes. All right. Oh, and I gotta ask the question of the day, which I will answer on stream, and then I will also shoot a recap video for the people that don't watch the streams, that don't sit through the streams. Let's stop for a second and have a look. Let's look at the question of the day. Okay, so I'll go here. We'll go. There's the rules. I just want to look. There we go. Oh, I downloaded it twice. All right, day 11. Day 11. Tell us an interesting fact about the town, city, state, country where you live. An interesting fact about the town, state, city, or country in which you live. That's a good one. I am currently drawing a blank. I don't know if I want these. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves, see if you can figure something out. Something interesting about where, because you guys are all locals in the chat, about where we live. Maybe we can come up with a group answer here. God. I mean, it's just, I don't know, we're the most superficial place on Earth. That would be, maybe that's what I would explain. It's that we're the most, I don't know. You know, you could break it up and go, we're from America, so we live in the pretty much the epicenter of human drama. All comes from this place. I don't know. Southern California. We steal all our water from Northern Cal. I don't know what is an interesting fact about where we live. This is a tough question, man. I know I'm off frame. I can't. It's not much I could do about it, given the size of this miniature. You guys tell me. I think where I live, I'm 2 exits from where the Ren Fair is usually held. Oh, you live by Irwindale? It's not bad. You live by Irwindale, Santa Fe Dam? Sounds about right. I mean, I guess we have. I guess I would say this: if you've ever watched the show, the comedy show, Arrested Development, Arrested Development is pretty much just set where I live. It's all because it's all Orange County. That whole show is one giant joke about Orange County. So I guess I could say that. I don't know. What else could we say, guys, for living down here? Right? What's the big claim to fame is what? The pageant of the masters? I want to do I actually want to do some cool let's do some like let's just mess around, do a little blending on her dress there. So I'm gonna put this color down. Morning After Blues is the name of this color, and Hecate is the goddess of magic and moonlight. So I am kind of sticking with sort of a moonlight type color on her. The base here was Gryph-Charger Gray. And so we're gonna I'm gonna start to paint this out. Thing is, I just don't want that many colors on her. That's kind of the point of this goddess is moonlight. So I'm gonna keep her pretty drab. I might do a little gold accent just because she is a goddess. So it makes sense to have, right, on most, if not all of these gods, to have, you know, some bling. Muslim thing, yeah, I do. These are just fantastic single sculpt plastic board game pieces, right? Like this is top of the line, dude. Like if you want this quality of gaming piece, you usually assembling it. It's usually coming in, you know, 1,000 pieces, and you know, each of these pieces, and then each of those kits are probably worth, you know, $12 to $20, right? A kit to build this from plastic, like if this was Weird Miniatures and this is one of their sculpts, probably cost you $25 to $35 for the kit, right? If this was like a model in a crew for Weird Miniatures, it would cost you quite a bit. So I'm liking this drab color. It could use, I don't know. The whole thing could use maybe another shade tone or another tone. Right, like maybe I could give this a, I don't want to wash it again. I don't want to wash it again. I'm not sure what else I want to do here. Maybe I have to though, right? Maybe I should wash this again just to kind of deepen the shadows a little bit. So I could pick a darker blue wash and kind of push the shadow down and then push the highlights. I mean, it's literally what you're doing for most of these. It's not terrible. But I don't know. Maybe I don't want to. Right? Maybe I'm okay doing this. Main reason why I don't want to wash at this point is I'm going to end up with pooling. Like there's just going to be too much going on. But it does need, like, this color, this model does need something to help it pop a little. It's got to pop. Let's give it that little bit of gold accent. So we'll give it a little bit of this gold here. Just here around the garment. Right? So you get this little gold detailing there. Okay. And then let's give her gold detailing down this way. Right? Just to break up this a little bit. The other thing I can do is I can do the dress and the robes a different color. I don't know. I kind of like her just being such a limited palette. Maybe I fade the bottom of her gown, right? Fade it down to a darker color. I don't know. It's a cool miniature, but I almost feel like it's better just being, it's moonlight, so it should be like pale. She's goddess of moonlight, so it should be pale and like fairly desaturated. Like even putting this gold border here seems kind of goofy now that I'm looking at it. Let's see. Right? It's just detail for the sake of detail. The gray color brings out the hair and face of the model. Yeah, it had a little bit, without the gold, it actually had a little bit more focus there. I think all I really need to do is give it a final highlight, a final edge highlight, and then it's probably good to go. I don't know, we'll see. I'll give it the highlight, and then if I like it, cool. If not, I will, actually I do have an idea of what I can do if I don't like it. Just to push the contrast a little bit more, right? Okay, so final little edge highlight here at the top of the model. Whoa, come on, autofocus. Just don't focus on my hand. Ah! There you go. So we're doing a teeny little edge highlight on this area of the model. I want people's eyes to be drawn up towards that cool little crown. Whoa. My tip just rebelled on me. I think a good question, how do you come up with your color combinations? I don't have a method for it. I don't know. I look at the model and decide. I don't always go into it's. In fact, it's about 50-50. A lot of times I'll just start a model without any real idea what color it's going to end up being, and then I just go until I like it. Like when I looked at this model, I had some idea what I wanted to do just because it's like, okay, moonlight, right? That's what stuck out with me. It's like I looked up this model. I mean, I looked up Hecate in on the internet, for the mythology around her, and and I found out she's the goddess of moonlight and magic, right? She's essentially Sailor Moon with 3 heads. And so I started to think of moonlight, and I started to think, okay, really desaturated colors. That's what I want to go with. And I want the snake to be green. I made those decisions pretty quick. I want her gown and her hair and all of that to be fairly desaturated, because that's, again, we're looking for pale. I'm looking for pale moonlight, right? Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moon? It's just that. Remember that stupid line from Michael Keaton Batman? As much as I love Jack Nicholson, that was a pretty stupid line, right? I mean, I don't know. It was just, And he admits to it. He's like, it just sounds nice. And then he shoots Bruce Wayne. All right. So we got a good little edge highlight here. And it's enough to just sort of draw your eye around the model, right? I'm not trying to like shock and awe you here. The whole idea of this model is pale and desaturated. I still like that Batman movie. It was alright. I like Keaton as Batman. Keaton Batman was good. I like Jack Nicholson as Joker. Obviously, Prince can do a soundtrack. I don't know. Yeah, if I want to push this a little bit, I could. I think that's wrong, though. I think I want this to be pretty desaturated. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't really feel the need to do much else on her. Oh, thanks, Sean. Yeah, she's fun. Okay. We like her. Her expressions are they trade you license and some paint. Look at this. Little head there. Rah! Alright. I guess, Nelson, we could do that when we get around to picking up painting your set again. You could be like, I like the one you have, and I'll just trade it and paint myself a replacement. I'm totally cool with that. Alright, last model as part of this gig is there he is. It's showtime at the Apollo. And I think the one I did for you, I was complaining, like, why is Apollo, because in the art he has like a dark blue, he has like dark blue garments, and I was like, he's the sun god. But I do want him to have, this like blue sky garment, so I hit him with a blue contrast. And you can see his skin that we worked on the other night, his swollenness. And so we got to work on that. We got to work on all the gold bits and whatnot. All right, so we got to figure out like what color blue he should have for the majority of his outfit. And I got a couple of blues I could do. Like Andrea blue is not bad. Magic blue is a great color. Magic blue might be this might be a little too dark. Yeah, dude. Can I at least put her in the tray for the challenge? then I'll bring her to you. All right. So we're going to go with this Andrea blue. Oh, man. I can actually hear solid in there. What if I drop the paintball in there? Is that going to... Will that help mix that up? That's just like... Let me drop a little paint mixing ball in this blue because it may be beyond help at this point, but let's do that. Just pop this open real quick. And I gotta find, oh, there they are. Paint mixing balls. I mean, they're pretty cool. You could get these from Army Painter, paint mixing balls. They're great for Vallejo especially, because Vallejo has some colors that really settle. All right, paint mixing ball. Whoa, just dropped something. So you just pop this guy in, bloop, and you put that back on, and then you cover it back up. All right, it's yours for now. All right. Now I don't know if that's helping or not. I should hear the ball separately. The fact that the ball's not hitting the bottom of this paint pot might be that this guy is done for. Which is a bummer because I really wanted to use it. For now. Okay. I don't know. We'll try it. We'll see if this actually worked. It may not have. Okay, that's okay. It looks like I've got solid paint there. That's good. Throw a little water on that. I don't know why this particular Apollo to me looks like he just feels Russian. He looks like he's looking. It's his jawline. He's looking very in his forehead. It's looking very Dolph Lundgren. If he dies, he dies. I must break you. I'm Apollo. So you can see this color going down. It's a pretty bright blue. So the contrast paint I used to block was I took Talassar blue and then cut it in half with the contrast medium. And so I'm gonna leave the most. I'm gonna leave some of the biggest areas for shade. That Talassar blue. Bang! Whoa! I got a little bit of a mistake there. I think that contrast kind of bled over a little bit, and I want to fix it. You have FFG Lord of the Rings expansion coming in about a week. Yeah, I should be able to. I've got that Guild Ball commission. I don't know what the status is on that. That dude may have changed his mind. Maybe he didn't like my pricing. Or and then I also have I'll let you guys in a little secret. I actually have a little promotional thing coming in too. So, but I'll be fine. Like, I should be good to go, man. No sweat. All right. I think I have a couple of different promotional things, but yeah, I'm down, dude. Lord of the Rings. Let's do it. It's a Lord of the Rings expansion. Last time I painted that, it was pretty fun. That's all that really matters. As long as it's pretty fun, I'm down. All right, is there anything else interesting about where we live? I bet we have the highest divorce rate per capita. Like Huntington Beach has the highest divorce rate per capita, I believe, in the country. That's an interesting factoid, I guess. I don't know. You know, all the worst people in entertainment come from this area. I don't know. What are we supposed to say? Apollo looks jacked. I must break you. You can see I'm going in with a much brighter color here for his outfit. Because he's a sun god. He's going to be all like sky. He's going to be Mr. Blue Sky, like yellow. And then but he also has a lot of gold. Because he's a sun god. So he's going to have a lot of sky and a lot of gold. A little disappointed in the size and design for the Balrog mini. Oh, it's not big enough? Sucks. Fly, you fools. All good though. We'll make it look cool, man. No sweat. So, I guess, let's see. Did you find out from the guy if he was going to bring in more Guild Ball pinups or even the Mandalorian models? The short answer is yes. That's the plan. The details of that I do not have. So we'll leave it at that. Yes, the plan is to do more Guild Ball pinup style models. I just do not know. I'm sure he's hard at work designing, coming up with the new sculpts. So I'd give him a little time to do that. So yeah, Sean, we played today. I met up with Chris, and Nelson was down there, and Jason and Jose. We all met at CQ, and we played some Batman. Or I played some Batman. Me and Chris played some Batman. And I got to field my Court of Owls, and Nelson and crew got to see 3rd edition Batman in action. So I'm gonna let you. So Nelson, I'm gonna let you kind of chime in and give your opinion what you thought of Batman 3rd edition. So I'm gonna shut up for a minute, give you 90 seconds to chime in. This color is nice, but it's not coloring. It's not covering that well. Oh, you just want the yes, okay. Yeah. So yes, that will be a thing. I also want to talk a little bit about what we were talking about the other night about making. I would love to make a Guild Ball, a Guild Ball team that is actually us. That's like us, the meta, and like come up with actual like full rules for the team. Like I want it to actually play like a full-on Guild Ball team, because I think we could probably do that, right? We know enough about the game, about Guild Ball, to where we could design our team and make it reasonably balanced, and then maybe get on Hero Forge or something like that, and spend the money, get some cool looking miniatures designed, and make our own Guild Ball team. All right, so Nelson's chiming in on Batman 3rd edition. Sure, so what Chris described about each team leader's ability and team playstyle is 100% awesome sauce. Yeah, I really think they were successful in addressing, the worst parts of Batman version 2, Batman 2.0, and really turning 3 into the game that 2, in my opinion, 2.0 should have been. Right? Heavily objective focused game. The objective cards are like my favorite part of the game, because I love that they're a resource if you're not scoring off of them, or you're scoring off of them. The game has so much going for it, man. I am on board. Let's see. 4 turns is sweet and quick. However, without playing yet, I may feel it is a bit too short. Also, the fact that you won't know opponents' objective cards in their hands is super nice. Yeah, it sounds short on paper, but one thing I would point out is that if you look at if you look at every character's moves now, every character has a stupidly fast movement statistic, and they're just running across the board. So it is you know, in the couple of games I've played, it is entirely feasible to start scoring objectives on the first turn. You know, if you got objective runners in place and you've got, you know, clean movements and that kind of thing, I score in that game. I scored, I want to say 2 VP, I scored like 2 or 4 VP in the first turn. So so I love that it's faster and that you're scoring in the first turn. It's one of my complaints about Malifaux 3rd edition, actually, is that they don't let you score in the first turn. I think that's a mistake. I think these games should allow you to score in the first turn because you know, that makes the games faster. And especially when you have, you know, everybody's so fast like they are in Batman, it's not, you know, it doesn't really give one crew that much advantage over another one. In fact, just the way that the objectives scored, I'm starting to like wonder, like, do the individual models, their rules mean that much? Because they don't to me. It seems like, oh, you know, this character is really good. Oh, okay, this character is really good. But you know what? I can score objectives with any character. So it doesn't matter that you have this like super duper strong leader character and I have just a bunch of chaff. I could actually score pretty well. So I think it's a, you know, they kind of did the thing that Malifaux did, which is, you know, you can make rules for these models super strong and everything can, at least in theory, seem OP to you. But because it's such a heavily objective, like focus objective game, who cares? You'll never, and with the game being so short, it's another advantage there because you'll never have a game, I can't say never, but it seems much harder for a game to be completely dominated, say, by one model with stupidly OP rules, right? I remember in Batman, I guess it was 2.0 or 1.5. I think it's 1.5. When I had that 40 point, you remember this, Nelson. I had that 40 point Harley Quinn. 40 points, super cheap model, but she could affect every phase of the game. She was super fast. You know, she had distract. She had, I forget the names of the other abilities, but she could like effectively disable 3 models on her turn, and she was 40 freaking points. She's one of the best pound for pound, you know, free agents in that edition. So yeah, you know, I think that, yeah, I think definitely we're going to try it out, and I think you will. I think you'll appreciate the speed of the game. I certainly did. You know, there's still a lot of stuff that you kind of negotiate through because it's Batman, and they still some of those wonky rules have hung out from the past edition, but luckily all the really worst offenders are gone as far as, you know, turning Batman into this crazy time sink game. You're still 50-50 on not being able to score KO opponents, though. I personally love that. That's just like my preference talking. I love that, and the reason why I love that is because I just prefer that in miniatures games. I think there are too many miniatures games that are, you know, centered around just trying to remove the other guy's models. Whereas I love games like this and Malifaux and to an extent Guild Ball, where it like doesn't have to be that, where you can get in and effectively win games with alternate playstyles, or just by playing more efficiently, making better critical decisions on the board. I think that when you have too much, if there's to a point, right, you can have things score off of killing other models. I think you can and you want to do that, but I don't think you need it to be such that it takes over the game. Now, in your case, you might be thinking, okay, maybe just like one VP for a henchman and one, two for a sidekick and like 3 for a boss, right? I get that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. My only concern would be people that make highly efficient kill lists. I think that would be my fear. Would be like, oh, I'm just gonna play this super killy list every single time, and I won't focus on the objective cards. I'm just gonna chase your crew around the board and constantly try to kill it. And then the risk of that end up being monotonous, right? Where you just like, oh, okay, we're gonna play Batman again. Oh, I'm, for example, like let's say that crew was like Black Mask or something, or Falcons or something, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna play Black Mask again. You're like, ah, crap. Okay, so my job is to try to score all the objectives, and his job is he's just gonna chase me around the board, ignore all of his own objectives, and just try to kill me, because if he kills me, he scores points, and more importantly, I don't get to score any objectives late game because I have dead models. So I don't know. I think it's a good thought, and we check it out when we just have to play it and figure out if we if your concern is valid or not. But that's the point, right? We get to play it. 40-point Harley had confusion, distract, and other crazy abilities. If I had divert my attention, I should be rewarded in doing so. I guess so. I will point out though that you don't get direct points for it, but you do have, like, I was scoring points off of killing models during the game because I had it in my objective deck. So you can always, like, if that's the style that you want to play, you can always just make sure you have killing objectives in your deck. That's not the hardest thing in the world to do if you wanted to do that. At that point, you start playing counter game. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean, Sean. That's my. It's like, okay, yeah, you could do it that way, but I think it takes too much. It may end up taking too much focus away from what makes the game really cool. In that it's such a heavily objective focused games. And the fact is, if you're building crews that are designed for killing people, like League of Shadows and that kind of stuff, those rewards are baked into the deck anyway, right? So you're still gonna want to go kill that 40-point Harley. I ended up in the game today. I ended up chasing Chris's stuff around, trying to kill it for not really very good reasons either. Just because it was like, oh, I can't score my cards, so I'm just gonna kill, some of his models, and hopefully he doesn't catch up to me in scoring. So there's stuff like that. Like I said, we'll just play through it. It's a valid concern. We'll see how it plays out. If that's bad for the game or not. I don't know. So yeah, this Apollo here ended up having like a baby blue. He has like a baby blue cloak and tabard now. It's pretty funny. Don't get me wrong. I like objective focus game like Walk. Oh yeah, no, but it's a like I said. I think it's a legitimate concern. We just have to play it out and see. What else do I need to really do on this guy? He's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's put some bling on him. Which one was bling again? Shoot. I think this is bling. We'll find out here in a second. Let me do this obscure little corner. Make sure it's bling. Yeah, that's bling. Okay. Because if that's purple, that's a problem. Let's put some bling on the god of sun bling. Don't look directly into the sun. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow I paint Batwoman. Who knows? I either paint Batwoman or more Mythic Battles. I'm not decided. Let me know what your guys' votes are. Batwoman or more Mythic Battles. Mythic Battles would be nice because I'm very close to finishing a tray. Batwoman would be very nice because it would break up the monotony of all of the Mythic Battles Pantheon. You gotta get his little harp there. He's so bright. He's just so bright. Let's do let's get a little bit of this bone color back. And we'll do his hair. I'll give up his hair a little highlight. The 60mm ceramic base is super legit. You are essentially getting 2 to 3 movement due to base size. Sean votes Batwoman. Okay. Well, that's 1 vote for Batwoman. Let's look at that kit once we get these guys squared away. I think Batwoman's only a few pieces. She comes on a gargoyle, so that's fun. Because actually painting her black bodysuit is not terribly interesting. All right. I feel like the bow, the bow's okay. All right. Let's put some of these brushes away. And let's start putting on the little tufts. It's time for the tuft portion of the show. All right. Where is... Nope. Sounds like somebody's shooting off fireworks. They're shooting off fireworks or 45 caliber. That's what it sounds like to me. Maybe that could be our interesting fact. The interesting fact about the area we live in is during 4th of July, we gave a big FU to Governor Newsom and lit off fireworks like our damn lives depended on it. FU Newsom, go America. And that's actually, I will say, that is I am proud of my fellow Americans for that big ol' FU. Say we can't have fireworks. What's the matter with you? No matter what part of the political spectrum you might be on, you know you like fireworks on 4th of July, damn it. A lot of people walking around hating America. A lot of Americans upset about America. But damn it, we all like fireworks. It's a fact. I had one person on my social media feed was like, which I actually give them a little bit of credit for, right? Because it used to drive me crazy every year. And you know what I'm talking. Every year you'd have these people on their feed that 364 days of the year will be like, America the worst. I hate America. Guys, I'm so embarrassed to be here. I hate this country. I just can't be here anymore. I don't like it. I'm gonna move to France. Like, you get it 364 days a year, and it's the same people on 4th of July be putting the flag on their profile pic, and I mean, you guys, it's Independence Day, and they put all this stuff on their feed about how patriotic and shit they are, and but we used to get that every year. We get that kind of this, we'll call it social media level hypocrisy, where it's like, did you know that the worst thing ever for like 364 days a year, and then one day a year they'd be changing that profile pic, acting like they're this and that, they love the country, and then now don't get me wrong, I want people to complain about the I like complaining about the United States myself, but I think you get to a point where you have to wonder, when that's all they do, you get to a point where you wonder, well, do they like this place at all? Because I haven't seen one positive thing. Like, I haven't heard them say one positive thing about this country or anything like that, right? So you gotta wonder that. Like, do you even like it here, right? And then, so they do that all year long, and then sure enough, 4th of July rolls around. Guys, American. So that's my mini rant. It's my mini rant. Are you allowed to complain about the country? Absolutely. Absolutely. But just understand that if you're doing that 364 days a year, and then 4th of July rolls around, and you'd be like, guys, I love the United. What is this place called again? Like, if you're that person, then I find you annoying. That's it. End of rant. That's my rant. Okay? But yes, I do think it was super, super cool when people were like, what do you mean we can't shoot fireworks off? Clack, 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 and they just did that. Yes, I did. I did paint the fates. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're kind of boring. They got that eyeball. Rah! But all good. All right. So let's go ahead and do the best part of this whole process, which is to paint the black in the black things in the things. Maybe that is my interesting fact, that, as much as divided as we are as a country, like day in and day out right now, that at least in Southern California, everybody gave a collective FU to our governor and shot off fireworks. Like, that aerial shot of the LA skylight that had it, like, man, that place was like That place was just lit up. Like everybody and their mom just like boom, boom. Now, I don't condone shooting off fireworks, in the traditional, the quote unquote illegal sense. Like, I wouldn't condone people shooting off fireworks in a very hazardous fire zone. Like, I'm still concerned about the general welfare of the public, but it was more the statement of, no, we like fireworks. And it's very hypocritical to be like, these days, law and order is we are so inconsistent. We are so, on a national, local level, both, I guess, we are so inconsistent about how, what laws we enforce, who gets in trouble for what. Like, it's really hypocritical. And if you can't see that by now, forget it. I'm like, that's it. Like, there's no hope for you. You don't understand that people are just, they're willy-nilly going, I'm going to obey that law. I'm not going to obey that law. I'm going to obey that law. I'm not going to obey that law. So we are so hypocritical about that all the time. And this was the one time where it was like, no fireworks. And we're like, yes, fireworks. And then we fireworked. I was, I'm just going to say, I had some appreciation for that. Yes, fireworks. Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. Rant over. I don't mind fireworks, but damn, some people making their own and they sound. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm totally against shooting guns in the air. Shooting their pistolas in the air. That's from the Three Amigos. I'm totally against that. I'm totally against, firing off your fireworks in like the middle of wild brush and sage. Oh, it'll be fine. Like, I'm totally against that. But I am for the occasional FU to your local government. When they come up with a stupid ordinance and they let other people get away with freaking murder, literally. I'm not like, it's like we're in right now it feels like we're in a classroom. We're in like the classroom, right? And the teacher does not have control of the classroom. All right? You got terrible students in the classroom right now that are running amok, insubordinate and churlish, as my favorite Key and Peele sketch would tell you. Insubordinate and churlish. I still want that on a T-shirt. That's one of my favorite things. But anyway, this is what it's like. We're in a classroom, and the teacher has no control of the classroom. There's a group of kids that are just doing whatever the hell they want, and the teacher is afraid of those kids because those kids have rich parents, and they have support of people that could take that teacher down. So the teacher's letting them get away with all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, no, you can do it. You can do it. Meanwhile, the rest of us are in that class, and because the teacher doesn't have control of the classroom, the teacher is tightening down on the students that are reasonable, that are that want to go to school and contribute, and they want to be, they're just trying to get by, like, but they're decent kids. They're not they're not gonna ignore this teacher. They respect some authority. So what the teacher is doing is the teacher's clamping down harder on the good kids in the class, but letting the messed up kids get worse and worse and worse. And all of the words coming out of it's gotten to the point where all the words coming out of the teacher's mouth is just a sharp contradiction. Everyone sit down and open their books, except for you. Stand up and close your books. You guys are fine. No, you guys sit down, sit even lower and open a second book for the kids that are listening. And you guys, you don't even really need to be in this classroom. You can just chill. Hey guys, I'm like down with you guys. It's super fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got your back. You guys sit down, shut up, okay? Sit down. Sit on that floor. You're on the floor now, right? Okay, open another book. Open another book. Yeah, you heard me. I'm in charge here. Yeah. Yeah, you guys do that. No. You guys are cool. Don't worry about it, man. Just hang out in the hall, piss on the floor. Do what you want, man. It's cool. Like, I'm down with you guys. It's totally fine. That's what's going on right now. So that teacher said, "Oh, yeah, you kids sitting down on the floor with your books open. Yeah, you're not going to go out for recess. You're not going to go. You can't go to recess. You can't go to recess." And all of those obedient kids said, "Nah, man, the ice cream truck is outside, and this is like our one time during the day to get that ice cream." So all the good kids in the class flipped off the teacher, stood up, walked outside, and got their ice cream. That is exactly what that's exactly what this is. All right. That's why I was proud for that for that highly illegal fireworks display that happened on 4th of July. Because yeah, we're the good kids. We were listening. Social. Okay, we will do that. Oh no, you guys don't open these. Okay, we'll do that too. No fireworks. Nah, man. Fireworks. Anyways, feel free to get upset with me in the comment section if you want to send me a threat. Yeah. Let's look at that. Let's look at that Batwoman kit. All right. Batwoman. Yes. I think I painted one of these for Chris like about a year ago. These cards, by the way, are still sort of useful for 3rd. Like, I wouldn't throw them away per se. They're sort of useful. Oh, snap. And you get... I think these are useful. I think these are useful. Like, these still exist. So I'm keeping that. That's great. All right. Uh-oh. Got a lot of parts here. So there's a body. Here's the gargoyle. Here's the bases that I can't stand, but it's probably okay for this particular kit. Oh, man. She has... Oh, yeah, that's right. She has her little grappling gun out. Separate head because night models. It's not too bad. We'll chill here for a minute and we can build this. We got time. Let's just look real quick. I feel like I'm missing something significant back here. Am I? I don't remember. Does anything fill that or not? Hold on. Let me get some clippers. I know you guys get that analogy because you guys in the chat, or most of us, have the experience of being that kid in the classroom trying to do their best, right? And you got them bad kids in class and the teacher gets mad, yells at everybody, and it's like, no, you're all staying after, even though you know like the 3 or 4 kids that were dicks the whole time during class and they wouldn't shut up. And the teacher would punish you because of these 4 these 4 kids in the class. I always hated that, right? I was a good kid, and I had a teacher for like once in my life. I think I was in 7th grade or 7th or 8th grade. I had a teacher that she made a mistake. She thought that I was like one of the bad kids, but I happened to just be sitting next to assholes, right? And I was the smartest kid in the class. And I don't say that with I'm not bragging, but like as far as that subject went, like I was the smartest kid. Like I had the best scores and all that stuff in the class. And she was like, Octave, you gotta stop talking. I'm like, I'm not talking. You guys stop talking, you're staying behind, right? So I was like, fine, whatever. Like it totally unfair, uncalled for. So I stayed behind. And I was there, and she made us do like you got to write something like I will not be an asshole or something like that. Well, it would have been she wouldn't let. Obviously, that's not what she asked us to write, but something along those lines, like I won't be disruptive in class, whatever. And so I started writing all this stuff, and I said, okay, I'll do it, but I told her like I will do it because I'm a good student, but know that you're wrong here. I like seriously just told her that, like, you know that you're wrong, like you got the wrong kid. I did not do that. And then like the next day or whatever, I guess some of the other kids, like the asshole kids or somebody, went over and explained it to her, like, no, you got that one wrong. Like that's not what you observed the wrong thing. But anyways, I had this teacher. It was lovely, Jess. Like I had this teacher the next day in class or whatever. She asked me this, like, oh, can come see me after class or whatever. She knew I was pissed. Like I wouldn't. I was not wrong, and like that was it. I had lost respect for her, right? So yeah, so she made me stay a little bit after class the next day, and then she just like flat out said, "Look, I'm sorry. It was explained to me that I was wrong, and I observed the wrong thing, and it was wrong for me to punish you." And I was, and in a kid my age, I was like, I just kind of at that point, I was mad at her, and I lost respect for her, and so it was like the damage was done. So I just kind of shrugged it off, and I was like, whatever, and left. So, but that's the problem, right? That was like when teachers resorted to that kind of thing, and that's what it feels like a lot of times. And it just, I don't know if you guys, it feels like the public, the general public, we're all being treated like children, right? It's like we're where it's like you're not allowed to make these very basic, very simple decisions for yourself anymore. And and so they're scrubbing things, or they're deleting things, they're hiding things from. It's like we're kids, and there's a part of me that understands why, because you see a lot of people out in the general public, and you're like, holy shit, those people are kids. Like that's just an adult child. That person probably should not be in charge of anything. I'm pretty sure if I left them there with a bottle of poison and said, hey guys, that's poison, don't drink it, that the very first thing they would do is drink the poison. So I get that. I think, oh my god, this is a scary thing. I'm missing my clippers. And I'm scared. It's scary because I'm worried that my little guy found my clippers. They are clearly not here. I thought I saw them. No. And I have the messiest desk on earth, but no, I do not see my clippers. Let's see, it's made it through life and survived somehow. True. I guess I'm just going to use this. That's really scary. Where are my clippers? Gonna have to find those later. It's gonna take a lot longer to build this without clippers. Hold on. No good clippers. But yeah. Anyways, so we got a little rant in. That's cool. But yeah, Batman 3rd Edition was the highlight of the day today for me. And then also the new boba place. Oh my god, the new boba place. I was so happy for that. They have my favorite flavor of boba. My current favorite flavor, because I'm always changing my favorite flavor of boba, in all honesty. But right now, my current favorite flavor of boba is winter melon. And winter melon is usually only available as a milk tea, which is kind of a pain because I don't like, I mean, as much as I like milk tea, it's just heavy, right? I don't want to drink milk tea very often because it's just very heavy. But this place has it as like a pure tea, which is amazing. So I got winter melon as a pure tea with IU jelly, which is not all places offer IU jelly, and I really like IU jelly. So yeah, excited for that. Wow, I really think that kid made off with them. I know he likes them. He likes those clippers. I think he made off with them. Like it's a pair of clippers. Like it's hard to lose those. I can use these. I guess I'm gonna have to use these for now. That's very upsetting. I hope he doesn't. Hope he brings them back. Let's see, maybe where would he have stuck those? I'll keep looking around for him. All right. Anyways. Okay, let's get back to building Batwoman, because why not? The interesting thing about this is her feet are in pegs, so you could throw like that foot is supposed to go there, and then the other foot is supposed to, it has a little peg here that you are not supposed to clip. So you're not supposed to clip the bottom of her feet flush. Oh my gosh, these clippers are terrible. I have to use these. Okay. But yeah, let me show you here. So this goes like that. Okay, so let's, ooh, wow, that's actually a really good fit. Let's put a little glue in there. Okay, confession. I am not a brush licker, but, oh, jeez. But I am, on occasion, a parts licker. Okay, what I mean by that is when I'm super gluing stuff like this, I'll put glue on one side, like I'll put glue in that socket there, and then I will lick the other side, the basically the knob that where you're supposed to join that. Ooh. Make sure I got a nice smooth area there. Okay. Oh man, yeah, I'm just gonna use, not even gonna use those clippers, they're so bad. I'll use this. And I'll shave, so I'll pop them out this way and then shave the excess, right? Okay. And then I'm gonna glue, make sure the head, oh yeah, there's a little piece here I've gotta shave. So Lucchesi, we were talking about the question of the day, which was, tell us something interesting about the area you live in, you know, the city, state, or country that you live in. And we're kind of drawing a blank. The best thing I came up with so far is that we defied our governor and fired fireworks on the 4th of July. Small portion of me wants to own Kingdom Death, but 400 is steep. Man, you remember I sold it to, what's his name, though? I sold it for super cheap. I sold it for like $100 or something. It was like some stupidly low price just to get it out of my house where it was dying of sadness. There we go. All right. All right, so a little bit of glue here. Yeah, I had fun painting a bunch of Kingdom Death. What turned me off was finally coming to the realization that I was not going to be able to play, that I wasn't going to play the game. Which is a little hypocritical because I'm painting all this Mythic Battles Pantheon. And I don't really know. Well, I think we may actually play the game. Just because Nelson has it, and Cody has it, and Andrew has it. So we got people, and and Jason plays it, and I played it before. So, right, at least there's a shot that we'll play Mythic Battles. I'm really curious about the other people in chat that are quiet. They're lurking. They're like, oh my god, Octave's a dick. He likes it. Oh, is that a mold line? Or is that supposed... No, that's supposed to be there. It's so weird. Just the back of this is just weird. At least Monolith does some of the work for you. Well, we haven't played the Batman board game in some time. What did you... I mean, looking back, I still quite like the Batman board game. Like, it's very entertaining. I could still, like, if it's a special occasion or something, let's say, we got people from out of town coming in or whatever. It's too bad I got small kids. I'm not that kind of adult anymore. But, like, my buddy Marty, who lives down in San Diego area. Look at Matt coming out. Look at what's up, Matt? he's like jotting down notes. He's waiting for me to just talk shit on Matt. Matt was waiting for me to say something. If I have to see Matt again, damn it. What's up, man? Trying to get you out to come check out some of these games, man. Gotta get you back out there. We played some Batman today, dude. Me and Chris. I'm liking it, man. Liking it a lot. I got a bunch of stuff printed. I just gotta cut it loose and sleeve it or laminate it. Yeah, the Batman board game it's pretty sick, man. Like I do want to just that's kind of what's breaking my heart about GameCraft. It's like, well, that was like, for whatever reason, it's like fond memories of carrying those two stupid boxes, those two giant boxes over to GameCraft, and then breaking out that Batman game and playing it. Even hiding. Yeah, me and Chris got the fever for some Batman though. We're like, this game is pretty dope. It's fast. Like I said, it's like super objective based, so it's like Malifaux. You get to field these really cool pieces. I almost feel like what I was saying earlier is I almost feel like the pieces themselves that you field, the composition of your crew is not overly critical to the game, because you win the game by doing like your generic stuff. Oh, well, is that Flash? There's all kinds of Flash. Yeah, dude, you're gonna look for my crew. Oh, nice. Yeah, you win the game by like by like taking generic actions most of the time, and just doing interacts and that kind of stuff, and scoring your objective cards, which you could score with any piece literally. So your crew composition, in my opinion, isn't as critical as it is in a lot of other miniature games. It's almost more important to note how many models you have in your crew, because that dictates your activation control, and in it, obviously more models lets you interact more, so you have some advantages there. But then you're giving up pass tokens all the time, so you're going to lose initiative quite a bit. So it's those kinds of considerations. Now I think it goes like this. Yeah, it goes like that. I'm trying to get. Whoa. Her head is not dry. Ugh. Stay on there, Batwoman. I do not like that her head. It's like her chin is tucked in low, and it kind of bugs me. It's like I'm gonna have to just re-glue it. All right. So Sean says I should paint Batwoman tomorrow, which I could be down for, if I can get her to actually stand on this thing. Or maybe I've got this. Well, it's supposed to be like that. But this leg does not. Ah, I remember this being annoying. Trying to get that to fit. Do I not have her leg up high enough? I mean, I've got it locked exactly where that's supposed to be. Oh, okay. It actually does glue right there. How weird. Okay. Whatever. Let's just get it glued in. There you go. So, little Batwoman action there. I just don't like that she's looking down. It makes it harder with her chin tucked in like that. It makes it harder to paint them. Ah, don't give up. Ah. Sometimes I start moving the model around before the glue has set. Not the best idea. So yeah, we're at that point, everybody. I'm just chilling because there's lots of people hanging out. But yeah, per request, we'll stop. We'll take a break from Mythic Battles, and we'll paint that tomorrow. I might as well do this on here. Let me let her dry. And yeah, these are these are dry enough to seal. And I've been using a different sealer. Like usually I use this satin varnish from Vallejo, and it's really it's a great varnish. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I would recommend it to anybody airbrushing. But I've been trying out all of these MIG products. So this is a MIG. This is a specific airbrush. This is a specific airbrush satin varnish. So this, what I love about this is this goes straight into the airbrush, whereas the Vallejo airbrush, the Vallejo varnish, you're going to want to use thinner on to get it to flow. Do you know if there is a way to buy Monolith Batman? Right now, I think it's private sellers. You might check the Monolith web store. Because they may have some of it for sale, maybe season 1. But I've seen lots of like private sellers on there's a Facebook group, Batman board game or whatever, and there's people on there like, oh, I can't do I won't be able to handle this this Kickstarter. So you'll see like at least once a week there's usually somebody that's selling the Kickstarter. Now, if they're selling seasons 1 and 2, though, they are going to want more than $400, just so you know. And I am not done painting the season 2 stuff because I still have all the small boxes. I painted the major expansions, but they have all those small, like, individual boxes. And they have a couple of other, like, 4-piece boxes that I have not finished. And, had we not gotten this Mythic Battles, I probably would have done that as my July Painting Challenge pledge, which would have been a really nice, like, well-paced thing because I could just, like, do 1 or 2 models a night and would have been done with that very quickly in the challenge. All right, so this stuff goes straight in, which is cool. And it goes on nice and smooth, right? Fires off really well, covers well, and it's flawless. I haven't had this stuff go cloudy on me or any of that. Just really nice. Really nice, and it's cheap. The only downside to this is you're going to see in a second. It's really cheap, but you blow through a lot of it. All right, so I have to reload to get Apollo here. Man, that question of the day is really bugging me. Nobody has an interesting fact that I could share. Look at his perfect abs. I have perfect abs. Yeah, the smell of this varnish is not great. Not my favorite. The Vallejo stuff smells really sweet. This stuff smells a little like gasoline. Well, not gasoline, that's wrong. It's just very plasticky. Did you do that airbrush class today? No, I did not. I have to schedule. It's going to happen in August at some point. I just have to pick a weekend in August. In fact, I should probably pick it now so that people could sign up for it. I don't feel all that qualified to do an airbrush class, to be honest with you. I just run an airbrush. I could just do a quick, like, here's some tips on your airbrush, and all right, Kick them puppies on, man. Let's see if you can get anything to come out of the gun. I'll find out when the next mini of the month is due. The mini of the month is like a it's like a crystal ball thing. It's like a mage looking into a crystal ball. What I could do is like do the paint day and then paint that mage using an airbrush that day. All right. Man, Luchesi, you got a good memory, dude. You can keep me accountable for shit. I didn't forget. You still owe the public an airbrush class. Alright. This guy is so dope. I love this guy. I don't know why he sounds Japanese, but anybody cool doing sword things sounds Japanese in my head. That's probably racist, man. Probably. But I still think he's dope. Hui. All right. And we still got a little bit of time. Actually, I probably shouldn't do anything else tonight. Yo, where's my airbrush cleaner brush? Dude. Okay, this is alarming. Oh, there it is. Okay. Jeez. Just those clippers are gone. Maybe I was wise and I threw them in a drawer or something. I don't know. Maybe. All right. Yeah. That's it, folks. Like that's what we got, man. So we got Aegisthus, I think is his name. And then we got we got Hecate. Soon to be Nelson's Hecate. We got Apollo. I guess Nelson's happy with his Apollo. We got Fates. And then we got Icarus. And we got Hector. So that's our crew, man. That's what we did. And we built Batwoman, who is next up on the painting table. So, one last minute here for any closing comments, questions, or threats. And yeah, we're there though. What? Well, I really have to find. It's really scaring me. Where did those clippers go? Hopefully I cleaned up because I did some cleaning today. Maybe I put them away in a safe spot. I would like to believe that. I don't think that's accurate, but I would like to believe that. All right, guys. That is going to do it for this video. Have a good night, guys. And yeah, we'll probably be streaming tomorrow night. So we'll see you then. Good night, everybody.